Racing isn't easy.
Welcome to round 8 of the Tarmac Esports Truck Series at Richmond Speedway tonight. It's going to be a fun one. It's short track racing at its finest. The last time we was at a short track, it was Bristol Motor Speedway. We've seen quite a few cautions. Will that happen today? We shall find out. We're sorry we was not able to bring you the Countdown to Green show, but we will provide you the top 3 picks in the Countdown to Green show. We were having technical difficulties, was not able to bring that to you, but at this time we will bring you over to the Countdown to Green and look at the picks. And your pick board for Richmond, 130. We got 130 laps around here. Chris had that first pick in the 3rd spot, and he is going to go with Nick Galusha tonight. Nick Galusha in the 20. Seen him pick up his first career win this season and leads the points. He is picked 3rd tonight by Chris Miller. In the 3rd spot for Patrick Day, he is going to go with Nick Galusha as well as Chris. So those two are seeing eye to eye in this, as Chris went 1, 2, and 3, the perfecta there from last week. He picked them right and picked up 9 points, so he's closing in on Patrick there. Patrick got 10, he's got 9. Where am I at? Well, I'm still in last. I got 6. I got some catching up to do. But for my 3rd pick, I'm going with Kyle Wellman in the 42 machine. I think he has the ability to put this car in 3rd place. When I've watched him all season long, he's had that car in the 3rd, 4th place position. That's where I'm going to put him. We'll see how it goes. I know he's still searching for that first win. Could he possibly get it here at Richmond? He's good enough. Let's see. Chris, for his 2nd pick on the night, he's going with that 41 of Timothy Lewis. Timothy Lewis in the 41 machine. He is picking him to go 2nd here after finishing 2nd last week at Las Vegas, pushing Nick Galusha across the line. Now Patrick Day, who has he got to pick here in the number 2 spot? He is going with Kyle Wellman in the 42 machine. Kyle Wellman hits the board twice, as does Nick Galusha twice on this board. So Kyle Wellman in that 2nd position for Patrick Day. My 2nd pick in this one, I think I'm going to roll on with Nick Galusha here in the 2nd spot. I don't think he can go back-to-back, so that's why I did not pick him to win. but he's definitely good enough that he can finish in that second place, as he's done it 3 times already this season. He is your points leader, and he is looking to continue that points lead after tonight. He is one of those drivers that still has the potential to drop a race and be just okay in the points. Now, for the most important part is who's going to win tonight. You've got the top positions here. That first position for Chris, who's he going with? Well, he is going with the guy on his edge. That is Patrick Day, sits beside him in the countdown to green. The 24 machine has not seen victory lane yet this season. Got really close with Paul Fly. Paul Fly outbeat him. He's still looking for that first win and really wants that win, as he's not been able to find it yet this season and just not having the season that he really wanted. Now, Patrick Day, who's he going to pick here in the number 1 spot? Well, he's going to go with Timothy Lewis. Timothy Lewis in the 41 machine has been strong all season long. He's had his ups and downs, though. He last won back in round 2 at New Hampshire. Can he get it back in victory lane tonight here at Richmond? All right, the final spot is going to be, and I have said this and said this, I believe I've got this one 100% right. Don't know if I've ever picked him in the first position, but I am tonight. And I got a little insight tip on that he was going to be here, so that's why I'm going with this pick, and that is Johnny Evans. Evans is my pick for the 14 machine to win this thing. I'm going with Evans, Nick Galusha, and Kyle Wellman. That's my top 3, and hopefully get me some points and close in on the guys in front of me. It can be anybody's race to be had here, as we're getting closer and closer to green flag here at Richmond under the lights. It's going to be fun. Right now, currently, we got practice out there on the speedway. You see cars going by, and now's a good time to take a look at the leaderboard and where these guys are at right now. And Kyle Wellman, currently the fastest out here in practice. He has some 22.227 right now, the fastest lap out there. Paul Neges runs second. Third is Ryan Palmer there. Fourth is Nick Galusha. And fifth is Johnny Evans. That is your top 5 in practice. You can see the list going down through there. Some key drivers that we want to talk about from this season that has really shown some strides over the last couple weeks. And that first driver is Daniel Quigley. Daniel Quigley in the 18 machine finished very well in his last race. He actually finished 5th last race and matched his best race, or that was his best race there at Las Vegas. His worst finish is 19th on the season, and that came at Bristol. His average starting positions, 12th. You can see those starting positions there on that graphic that we have displayed there. But you look at his finishes there. Bristol and New Hampshire right now is his drop weeks. 17th and 19th position is his drop week. So he's looking for another big stellar night tonight and maybe improve his chances in the points and maybe even crack inside the top 10. He's currently 12th right now, and that's Daniel Quigley. Next driver we'll talk about a little bit more, and he had a really good race last week, and he finished 7th last week at Las Vegas, and that's Harold Ralph in the 15 machine, that Tide machine that we've been seeing up front every bit. Well, his best finish was at Michigan. He finished 5th there. His worst finish comes 22nd at Homestead. His average starting position is in the 13th position, so about mid-pack there in the qualifying position. But take a look at these. His starts there kind of up and down. Like we said, his average starts 13th. But look at those finishes over there. Not too bad for a guy. His worst finishes right now, Homestead 22nd and New Hampshire at 16th. So he's looking for a good routing tonight, maybe inside the top 10 to improve his standings. Right now, currently sitting 6th in the points. So looking really good and trying to crack that top 5. Is he able to do it tonight? It could happen. Anything could happen under the lights. You've seen at Bristol last time. He finished 8th, and that was a short track, so he's inside the top 10. Let's see if he is able to do it here. Next spotlight driver they want to talk about is Zach Dykstra in the 18 machine. Man, can't say enough about what he's doing out there on the track, and one that really was a shocker to us. His last race, he finished 10th. His best finish is 6th on the season, and that came at Michigan. His worst finish was 24th at New Hampshire. But you take a look at those finishes over there, and really, that New Hampshire race is the only bad race on his resume right now with that 24th position finish. Now, he has another potential drop race, so if he doesn't fare well tonight, well, he's in good hands right now. He's currently sitting in the 7th place in points, and it's only upside for Zach Dykstra. And another good stat to look at there, in the last 5 races, he has not been outside the top 10. Does that streak continue tonight for his 6th race inside the top 10? We will see. We will see. Richmond will play out as a pretty exciting and fun race, I believe, as maybe some strategy will come down to the end of this. We shall find out here in just a few moments, as we are roughly about 5 minutes away from qualifying session, and we'll be back here in just a few moments.
What does it mean to be official? To earn the badge as a trusted source, a symbol of quality and pride. For 95 years, Craftsman Tools has been the backbone for those who build, for those who innovate, for those who pursue goals greater than themselves. To be the official tool of NASCAR is to represent the best of what's possible. For the teams, for the sport, for the future.
Oh, that's a problem.
Put on the brake, wheels to the left. Go, 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 go.
Oh, no.
Be aggressive, everything.
Checkered flag is in the air, and he has done it.
And that future? Well, it's back to where we started. The NASCAR Truck Series. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series returns in 2023. We build pride. One turn, one lap, one race at a time.
Rookie or veteran, no matter how long you've been coming to this event, there are butterflies. There have to be.
The biggest race of your career, one of the biggest races in the world. I guarantee you there's a lot of butterflies.
The white flag at the Daytona 500. It's time to get busy. Horrific crash on the final lap of the Daytona 500.
Second time, the Daytona 500 goes to Jimmy Johnson. God almighty, you just won 500.
Kurt Busch wins the Daytona 500. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yes, are you there?
Denny Hamlin wins his second Daytona 500 and wins it. Coach Gibbs.
All right, welcome back to Richmond Speedway, and we're getting you set for 130 laps around here, this short track. And, well, Nick Galusha is currently your points leader and has been your points leader over the last couple of weeks. And his teammate said, don't get too excited. We still have a lot of racing left, so it's still business as usual for Nick Galusha as he's looking for another solid finish, as he's been dominant all season long. Looking for that Truck Series Championship, take away a big, nice trophy and a nice championship t-shirt. He's looking for that. His eyes are set on the prize. Will he continue his dominance tonight here at Richmond International? So looking at some race facts here at Richmond, well, the Bell IT Solutions is able to give those race facts to us, and you've got 130 laps here. That's about 98 miles around here. Pit road speed is a slow one at 40 miles an hour, and that fuel window anywhere between 65 and 74 laps will be the pit window. Will we see a full green flag run where we do see green flag pit stops, or will we see that yellow flag fly like we've seen at Bristol? Will patience run out for some of the drivers? We've seen a lot of that at Bristol. Will we see that here? Well, this broadcast is brought to you by Bell IT Solutions. Thank you for being a proud supporter of Miller Time Motorsports and the Tarmac Esports Truck Series. And this is the Miller Time Motorsports Sim Racing League. Make sure you join us over there on iRacing and be a part of this, as it is a lot of fun and some good, clean driving and racing from these drivers. I am your host tonight, Ryan Griffith, and I will be with you all afternoon. So please sit back, relax, get you a nice cold beverage, as it's going to be a fun one here, as we're getting you close to qualifying. As qualifying comes up here, you can see right there, Kyle Wellman's your fastest in practice, and that did not change from the last time that we showed you that. So now we are on to qualifying. And while the drivers get suited up and get ready to burn down 2 laps around here, this is a great opportunity for you to go ahead and donate to us, as this broadcast is completely free to all of the drivers. It is a completely free series. Unfortunately, it is not free for us to broadcast this, as it does call for some kind of technology to be able to call these races. So if you are able to during this time, PayPal us right there at the address right there, or you can hit that little QR code, scan that, and it'll take you directly to us. Thank you to both Paul Fly and Donna Day for your contribution last week of $25 a piece. We greatly appreciate that, and it goes without notice. We do really appreciate that, as it is what keeps the program going on. All right, so the qualifying is out there on the track right now, and we will look and see who those top drivers are. Of course, there's not a whole lot of drivers out there on the speedway, but as of right now, you got Paul Negus that has turned the fastest lap. Now Patrick Day comes and turns about 3/10 faster than any driver that's been out there right now at a 21.389. So really good lap. And there goes another good lap by Johnny Evans at a 21.393. 2 really good fast laps up there. Probably see those guys contending for a win today. Ryan Palmer out there. Now Johnny Evans turns his second lap, and it is faster than Patrick Day's. He got a new driver on top of the board there, and that's Johnny Evans on top right now, leading the way. So we got a couple other drivers out there on the speedway now. Zach Dykstra is out there on the speedway. You can see him turning to a 21.567 on his lap. There you got Timothy Lewis. He turns a 21.597. Looking for something here a little faster on his second lap, and shuts her down at a 21.497 for Timothy Lewis. Paul Fly out there doing some laps. 21.644 in his first lap. Second lap, maybe a little bit quicker. No, at 21.530. It was just a little bit quicker. Nick Galusha turned a time of a 21. And there's Ryan Palmer turning a really lap. That was a 21.341 for Ryan Palmer. He may be sitting on the pole for the first time of the season. Grant Clark out on the speedway, the 06 machine, 22.262 on his first lap. Trevor Catalano is also out on the speedway. We'll conclude here on Grant Clark's lap and then go over to Catalano's lap. Grant Clark will be 5th quick at a 21.476. Trevor Catalano in the 55 machine. He has seen it win on the season, and his first lap was a 25.358. The second lap here coming out of turn 4, crossing the stripe. And that one will be 12th quick at a 21.683 for Catalano. So Catalano will go 12th quick. That's all of the drivers that have taken time. So Ryan Palmer is going to be today's fast qualifier here at Richmond. And we'll be back here in just a short minute, and we will be dropping the green flag for tonight.
My truck isn't something you want to see in your rearview mirror.
My truck is a 3,400-pound precision-guided sledgehammer.
I guess you could say my truck likes to take the path less traveled.
My truck never gets claustrophobic in tight spaces.
My truck doesn't haul tools, but hardware, that's a different story.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Tough trucks, tough racing.
Yes, qualifying is over, and we have a new pole setter tonight, and that is Ryan Palmer on the front row tonight. Johnny Evans will be on that second position on the outside of him. That second row is going to be Patrick Day and Nick Galusha. The third row going to be Grant Clark and Timmy Lewis. Seventh will be Harold Ralph. Eighth will be Paul Fly. Rolling out ninth will be Zach Dykstra. 10th will be Paul Negus. The 11th spot will be Derek Roffling. Derek Roffling in the 88 machine. And starting 12th will be Trevor Catalano. 13th will be Daniel Quigley. And 14th will be Stephen Polacek. 15th will be Jeff Herman. And 16th will be Kyle Wellman. 17th will be Brandon Boyles. 18th will be Sam Reed. 19th will be John Ock. Brandon Certain will be right beside him. The final row on the back of the field, Steve Miller and Chris Miller, the brothers, will be back there. We've got 23 cars on the speedway. We're getting set to go. Green flag racing. 10-car warm up his tires. Got the 24, changed a little number scheme there on that 24. He's looking for maybe some luck to roll his way. As the iRacing pace truck, or pace car I should say, will take us one more trip around. And then we will let these guys loose for 130 laps around Richmond. Thank you all for tuning in to the Tarmac Esports Truck Series over on YouTube. Make sure that you have hit the follow button there, the like button, and all those buttons that make us all happy and says that you like us. And go over to Facebook, hit the like over there, hit the follow button. Greatly appreciate it. 10 and the 14, side by side, 24 to 20, second row. Green flag is out on the speedway. Ryan Palmer looking for an early lap lead here as the 14 says, I'm not going to give it up too quick on you. And that's Evans there on the outside. Ryan Palmer dips to the inside. Will steal that position away. And there goes one car up into the wall. That was Johnny Evans. Gets really loose there and tagged the outside wall. And he was starting on the front row. Well, he's not starting on the front row now. He is way back in the back here. He dropped clear back to the 15th position. Back up front, you have Ryan Palmer that has that lead. Nick Galusha takes that second position away. The third runs Patrick Day. Then Timothy Lewis and Paul Fly run side by side. Grant Clark going back in there, making a good run on Paul Negus. They go side by side. Trevor Catalano looks to the outside of him. Paul Fly will clear him. Paul Fly looking to the inside of Patrick Day. Is still the leader up front is Ryan Palmer. Nick Galusha starts to close to the back bumper of him. Now takes a peek to the inside. Here comes Nick Galusha. To the inside, looking. Not able to make the pass on his teammate Ryan Palmer. As Ryan Palmer still leads this race. Paul Fly runs in the third spot right now. He got past Patrick Day and his teammate Timothy Lewis trying to do the same. Paul Fly up 5 spots from the drop of the green flag here. Trevor Catalano has moved up to the 7th position. He's up 5 spots as well. Spotlight driver Harold Ralph into the 9th spot right now. Kyle Wellman to the inside of the 15. He's up 6 spots. Kyle Wellman still looking for that first win on the season. A driver that we expected that would probably get a win sooner than we have seen, which we have not seen, I should say. 14 machine, he started on the outside row. He's right behind Kyle Wellman now in the 11th position. Going to have some work to do to get back up front, as these two are running right behind each other, working well, teammates of each other. There's your intervals back, about a 1.5 seconds back to Paul Fly right now. Those two are out there and setting the pace early. Trevor Catalano's up into the 6th position now. Now looking to the outside of Patrick Day. He will take that position away from Patrick Day. Big cluster right here with Grant Clark, Paul Negus, and Kyle Wellman. Johnny Evans drips to the inside. And there goes a car into the outside wall. And we got our first caution. Johnny Evans involved in the accident. There's a look at it. Caution flag waved out on the speedway. Little contact right there between the 06 and the 52. And then the 52 tries to hold on to it. And then the 14 was right there. I tell you what, I am some bad luck to some of these drivers when I pick them. Just unfortunate for some of these drivers. Early in, Johnny Evans having some big time problems. Have to go in and do some repairs on that truck. Ryan Palmer right now leading the show, 11 laps down of 130 laps. Will we have any takers to go down pit road? Will pit road see anybody? Patrick Day, Grant Clark, Kyle Wellman. So about 5 cars stay out. Now you got one that stays out. That was Derek Rothling. He takes a different strategy. So here we go. We got some cars on pit road. Starting with that 24 car, that's Patrick Day coming in with the looking for 4 tires, 4 fresh tires. Ryan Palmer, Nick Galusha, Paul Fly, Timothy Lewis, Trevor Catalano, and Derek Rothling, the guys that stay out on the speedway. See, the 18 got a little different paint job. The iRacing paint car, paint truck, I should say. Looks like a pace truck, really. So maybe some early strategy going on from about 7th on back have fresh tires. The guys in front of them are on older tires by about 10 laps of racing. This will be a good judgment on, the difference on tires. Does 10 laps matter that much for these front drivers? Fresh tires will win out. The iRacing pace car will get the 1 to go signal. We'll line them up. Nick Galusha is still looking to lead a lap here, has not led. Currently is your lap leader right now. Well over 200 laps he's led on the series. Okay, so we're going to re-rack them and restack them for another restart in the Geico restart zone. Ryan Palmer has led the most laps he has probably seen this whole season up front. Really liking what he's seeing up front now. Green flag is in the air. Paul Fly got a good start there on the inside of Nick Galusha, and is probably going to take that position away from Galusha here in turn 1. And he does. Nick Galusha going to battle to the outside though. So they'll go side by side. Trevor Catalano side by side on back in here. And then you got Derek Roffman. And then your first set of new tires is Patrick Day back here. Kyle Wellman. Brandon Surratt coming into the picture. Brandon Surratt on a move here. He is into the 9th spot. He's moved up 12 spots from the start of this race in the Byron Gay paint scheme. Kyle Wellman able to get around Patrick Day pretty quick, and now sets his eyes on Derek Roffling. Roffling still on older tires versus Kyle Wellman. Wellman seems to be working these new tires well. Nick Galusha still trying to catch up to Ryan Palmer. As you've seen that Paul Fly wasn't able to make that pass on Nick Galusha's stick, and so he drops back into the 4th position. 1, 2, 3, 4 Rat Bastards team goes right now, early in on this. Catalano runs in the 5th position. He's up 7 spots. Then Kyle Wellman, again, a guy that's on fresher tires than the guys in front of him. About 10 laps fresher tires for the 42 machine. He is into the 5th position, battling for that 5th position with Trevor Catalano. Patrick Day now looks underneath the 88 of Derek Roffling. Completes that pass. Battle here for the 5th position still goes on with Kyle Wellman and Trevor Catalano. Trevor Catalano still sticking hard to the outside. Kyle Wellman now clears in, slides up. Kyle Wellman now looks to the inside of Paul Fly. He will take that position away. So move Kyle Wellman up into the 4th position now. Here comes another run for the 42 on Timothy Lewis now. And he's going to look to the inside. He'll take that position away with ease. So these fresh tires looking to pay off as we got a race for the lead. Nick Galusha looks to the inside there, 1 and 2. Not able to make that pass complete. 42 of Wellman closes to the back bumper of Galusha, your points leader. Kyle Wellman looks, makes a peek to the inside. And will take that position away from Nick Galusha. Kyle Wellman on those 10-lap fresher tires has really paid off for him going in here. As now he is going to try to battle for the lead here out of 4. He goes to the inside, looking for the race lead. Our first lead change of the day comes on lap 24. And lap 24, Kyle Wellman takes over your race lead. And Palmer drives her in there pretty hard on the back end of the 42. All clear as the 42 is going to drive away from the guys that he just passed. The next guy that's got fresher tires is Patrick Day, and maybe doing a little conserving right now with those tires. Not as quick to get to the front as Kyle Wellman was, but Wellman up 15 spots is leading this race now. Got some extra bonus points, and he's hoping to maybe score the most laps led. Maybe get some extra bonus points that way as well. Brent Clark to the inside of Roffling. That position is for the 8th position. And he's got him cleared. We talked about Brandon Surratt earlier. He was on the move. Unfortunately, he has dropped back in this race, back into the 15th position now. Lost a little ground while we was talking to the front runners. Patrick Day runs into 6th position. 7th runs Trevor Catalano. Paul Fly runs in the 5th position, starting to close in on that 41, put a little pressure on him. See, Kyle Wellman has about a 1.1 second gap on the remainder of the field. As the cars have singled out now, we'll take this moment to go through the field. And starting with your person that's leading the race right now, that's the 42 machine of Kyle Wellman. He's up 15 spots in this race. Doing well right now on a little bit newer tires than the rest of the field. Then we go back to the 2nd position. That's Ryan Palmer. He runs 2nd. He started on the pole in this race and just surrendered the lead on lap 24. So he's led some laps, knows how to be up front, and he's doing well in that 10 car. Running in the 3rd position is Nick Galusha, as he now has the battle with Timothy Lewis. Timothy Lewis now going to take that position away from Galusha, but Galusha's been running strong right now. He started in the 4th position, battling for the 4th position. As Timothy Lewis takes over that 3rd position away from him. Now Paul Fly going to take that position as well against Galusha. Not able to make that pass. But the 41 of Timothy Lewis, he's up 3 spots from the beginning of this race. So he's on the move as well. Paul Fly runs back here in the 5th position. He's up 3 spots in this race. Trevor Catalano runs in the 6th position as we have a caution flag out on the speedway. And the bad luck charm from the Tarmac Esports Countdown to Green session of myself strikes Johnny Evans once again. Johnny Evans back here, running all by himself and gets loose and spins it right in the front stretch, and our caution flag waves for a single car turn. And it doesn't look like any issues out there, but caution flag waves out the speedway. Johnny Evans, rare, kind of funky looking spin there, like his teammates rat bastard. Now, I'm not one to say anything, but you know, single car wreck like that, single car spin, kind of wonder, you know, what was that, you know. So we are under caution flag for a single car spin to bring his teammates into pit road. As I just like stirring the pot, that's all. That's it. As Kyle Wellman will surrender the lead and come in for some fresh tires. Here comes Wellman out. And Ryan Palmer out. Race off pit road belongs to Ryan Palmer. He will win the race off pit road. Kyle Wellman will be 2nd. Timothy Lewis will run 3rd. 4th will be Paul Fly. 5th will be Nick Galusha. 6th will be Trevor Catalano. 7th will be Patrick Day. 8th will be Grant Clark. 9th will be Zach Dykstra. 10th will be Stephen Polacek. That's your top 10 coming out of the pit stops. We'll be back here in just a few moments.
What does it mean to be official? To earn the badge as a trusted source, a symbol of quality and pride. For 95 years, Craftsman Tools has been the backbone for those who build, for those who innovate, for those who pursue goals greater than themselves. To be the official tool of NASCAR is to represent the best of what's possible. For the teams, for the sport, for the future.
Put on the brake, wheels to the left. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Oh, no.
Be aggressive, everything.
Checkered flag is in the air, and he has done it.
And that future? Well, it's back to where we started. The NASCAR Truck Series. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series returns in 2023. We build pride. One turn, one lap, one race at a time.
Welcome back to Richmond. We're getting you set for another restart here. Second caution flag of the day. We are 36 laps in of the 130 laps, so just under the 100 mark right now. And these guys cannot make it the rest of the way, so we will see another pit stop. Ryan Palmer reclaims the lead after a good pit stop. The outside of him will be the 42 of Kyle Wellman. All right, iRacing lights are out. That means we are going green flag this time by for Ryan Palmer. We've got green flag. Timothy Lewis looks to the inside of the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Wellman to try to battle the outside. Looking back from Timothy Lewis' car. Here comes Paul Fly looking to the inside. And he'll say, I'll just follow right behind you, Timmy, as we'll pass Kyle Wellman together. Ryan Palmer out to the lead. Ryan Palmer's liking that clean space out front. Paul Fly will get by Wellman here and push Wellman back into the 4th position after leading a few laps up front. Nick Galusha has dropped 2 spots from the start of this race. He's into that 6th position right now. You can see him trying to battle with Trevor Catalano. Trevor Catalano just in front of him. Caution flag waves out in the speedway for a single car wreck. That's what we're being showed. Let's take a look at the replay and see. There we go. Brandon Boyle's in the 22 machine right there. And he gets loose out of turn 2 and smacks the inside wall. So same thing that Johnny Evans did. So the 22 in some trouble with this race. Car's going to hit pit road, and a little fakeroo from Kyle Wellman. And he will not go in. He'll stay out onto the speedway. Paul Fly goes in, Trevor Catalano, Patrick Day. A couple other drivers do come in. As they thought Kyle Wellman was coming in, and he tricked them there. Last minute, you've got Paul Fly here in the 94. He's in for his pit stop. So 4 tires change for him, and here comes Zach Dykstra, maybe taking a 2-tire change here. So Zach Dykstra coming out, getting some track position, baby. Paul Fly had a bad pit stop. Paul Fly way back into the field now. He's into the 14th spot in this one. A lot of people pitted, and there was a lot of people that didn't pit, which we have not seen a whole lot of green flag run underneath those tires. So interesting to see the pit strategy rolling out here. Brandon Surratt having a good run here. He's up 15 spots in this. He's in the 6th position right now. Sam Reed runs in the 7th spot. He's up 10 spots in this race. Derek Rothling inside the top 10 right now, runs in the 9th position. Daniel Quigley runs in the 8th position right now. Steve Miller out here running inside the top 20 right now in the 19th spot. His brother Chris Miller currently scored 23rd the last car, so little bragging rights there for the 02 and the 69. The 02 is getting the better of the Millers. As we're double file restart, getting ready to go. Green flag again around Richmond, 46 laps in of 130 laps. We've seen 3 cautions on the day. Maybe looking for a little longer green run here. A couple people wanting to know what's the over-under odds on Quigley today. I would say it's right around, I see him sitting right in the 10th, 11th place finish. See how he finishes up here. Daniel Quigley has had a good race as of recent weeks after joining Canis Racing. Quigley running in the 8th position right now. You still see the battle for the race lead right now. It's Ryan Palmer and Timothy Lewis. Lewis not able to get around Palmer. Palmer gets the best of him there. As Palmer's been pretty dominant up front, really running strong as he's been up front. Only time someone was able to get around him was when Kyle Wellman had a little fresher tires. Will that change as Kyle Wellman now looks to the inside of Nick Galusha here in turns 3? Another familiar face we've talked about, that Tide 15 car. You can see him just barely getting into your view there. He runs in the 5th position right now. Brandon Surt runs in the 6th position. We'll stay right here with a good battle from that 3rd position with Wellman and Galusha. Galusha now going to try to make another pass at the 20 car. It's really hard to complete that pass all the way, and Kyle Wellman maybe get a little loose there on the exit of 4 and give up a little bit of gains that he made on that lap. Still looking to the inside of Galusha. They're still side by side. Now they clear. Again, Harold Ralph runs in that 5th position. Starts to close ever so slightly on those 2 in front of us. That continues to race side by side. Ball fly now to the inside of the 11 of Brandon Surt, and Surt will give that position up very, very easily. You can see Johnny Evans now inside the top 10. He's coming back in this race. This is on board of Nick Galusha there. You can see the gap back to 2nd place. Cars starting to really get strung out here now after that caution. Eric Rothling running inside the top 10 right now. Grant Clark just outside the top 10. Daniel Quigley runs in the 12th position. Trevor Catalano in the 13th. 14th is Zach Dykstra. 15th runs Patrick Day. Ryan Palmer has not seen a win on the season. We've talked about him in the Countdown to Green shows that he's been a very solid driver, and he's a very, very fast driver. The question was, is he going to be able to get that win? He would be the 8th different winner if he gets that win today. As of 7 rounds, we've seen 7 different winners. 42 of Kyle Wellman now looks to the inside of Galusha again, trying to make that pass completed. And they have an opportunity down here in turn 1. And Galusha still holds strong on that outside. 42, back down, and 3 and 4. Seems like maybe 3 and 4 is going to be his best shot to get around him. And he gets loose there, and here comes Paul Fly to the inside. Now Paul Fly's got the advantage on the 42, and now the 42 will take that away. It's just too sharp of an angle for the 94 to get in there. Timothy Lewis closes to the back bumper of that 10 car. Paul Fly now to the inside of the 42. Paul Fly looking to clear the 42 out of turns 4. Not able to do it. 42 got to run on the outside. Really hard to make that pass, and now there's pass for the lead, and that's Timothy Lewis to the inside. Going to try to clear his teammate, the 10 of Ryan Palmer, and it does look like he's got it, but he doesn't go up, as Ryan Palmer will still have the advantage coming into turn 1 here. Now the 41 has cleared the 10 car. New leader to the front on lap 63, your third lead change of the day. The 41 of Timothy Lewis goes to the front. Racing there for a second. Ryan Palmer and Nick Galusha, they were side by side there on the outside of that turn 3 and 4, kind of washed up mid-turn. That opened up the door for Kyle Wellman to try to steal away that 3rd position. Wellman on the outside pushes down the backstretch and will clear Galusha down the backstretch and stays to the top side. Going to try to get a run maybe on the 10 car of Ryan Palmer, and caution flag waves out in the speedway when that happens. Looks like it's going to be Grant Clark involved in an accident. Here is a look at the replay. Patrick Day goes to his outside. Teammates get into each other. Oh, the 06 didn't realize the 24 was going to bounce on the outside, and they get involved in an accident. The teammates getting involved in a little something there. Ooh. Less communication as everyone's going to come down pit road on this one. 66 laps in of 130. Got Timothy Lewis leading the way right now. Ryan Palmer has that preferred pit stop, that #1 pit box. Will it pay off? The last time it did when he made his stop. He'll see if he makes a good pit stop here. Makes his stop, and we'll watch and see who makes it to the green cone first. Everyone in, everyone looking to take 4 tires. Timothy Lewis is out, and he will stay out in the lead. And then Galusha will come out in the 3rd position. Kyle Wellman 4th. 5th will be Paul Fly. That's your top 5 coming out. So we got about 65 laps left to go here, and there was our pit window, 65 to 74. So they can make it. They can make it the rest of the way. So if we go green flag the rest of this run, it will take us to the checker without a pit stop. Likelihood that that's going to happen? Well, we haven't seen it yet happen. So with this short track racing, mistakes are made by a blink of an eye. You know, teammates even getting together there. As you've seen Patrick Day and Grant Clark get involved. Patrick Day was right behind Grant Clark, had a run on that turn and just took it to the outside because he seen Grant Clark was leaving that outside open. So Day was going to take it. And then Grant moved up before he realized that he was there. Nick Galusha having some issues, maybe speeding down pit road as he is restarting into the 20th position after it was running right up front with everyone. There's a green flag here. Green flag is in the air. .42 Wellman looks at the inside of Palmer. Palmer in. There goes the guy locked her up back here. Will the caution flag wave? It does. Caution flag waves out in the speedway. Harold Ralph going around. Take a look at it. Single car incident, just spins it around. No damage to him. So caution flag waves again. Seems to be a little slick off them turns, especially on some fresh tires. You know, I'm not going to say it, but I was about to, on the last yellow, I was going to interview Harold Ralph. And I'm glad I didn't, because he would probably blame that on me. That's just the way it's been going. So now we got to say, who are we going to pick on now? And who is it going to affect? Well, I know. It may be bad blood. We'll see. But we got to dial in on Ryan Palmer, as Ryan Palmer has been running a really good race. You've been up front all day long. You're looking really good past the halfway point. What's it going to take to get your first win here?
Just gotta keep it together and save my tires and see if I can make it to the end. we'll see if it goes green or not. Just go from there.
What are you hoping for? Are you hoping for green flag the rest of the way, or are you looking for another yellow?
Either or, I'm okay with. I've been okay in the long run, but I am better on the shorter runs. But just got to save some tire here.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ryan Palmer. Now, hopefully we did not just jinx Ryan Palmer in that 10 car, as he's been running a very, very good race up front. Running 1 or 2 pretty much all race long. And he'll start on the outside of his teammate, the 41 of Timothy Lewis, here on this restart. That's how the manufacturers are stacking up right now. You got Chevy up front right now. Toyota on the outside there on that front row. Then Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, then another Ford. Chevys are getting her done right now. Car around in the back. That was Stephen Polacek that goes around in the back of the pack. And we will take a look at it. Caution flag waves out on the speedway once again. Cautions are breeding cautions now as I get these fresh tires on, and then it just seems like that's all it takes. Here's what happened. Maybe a little contact from the 07 of Craig Bridge. 92 will come into pit. Everybody else will stay out after we just seen the caution. So this is a great opportunity now to step away, and we'll be right back.
In a world where being at your peak is everything, one gas station dares to fuel more than just your car. This summer, don't just fill your gas tank. Fuel your peak potential.
Hi, Cheryl. What got into you?
Download the Sunoco app today. Fuel up, save up, and fuel your best.
And there's your beautiful baby.
Any day now. Really? You're eating Doritos? He's eating Doritos on my ultrasound. Do you see what I have to do?
I know.
Give me that.
My truck isn't something you want to see in your rearview mirror.
My truck is a 3,400-pound precision-guided sledgehammer.
I guess you could say my truck likes to take the path less traveled.
My truck never gets claustrophobic in tight spaces.
My truck doesn't haul tools, but hardware, that's a different story.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Tough trucks, tough racing.
All right, welcome back. We're under caution here for the Tarmac Esports Truck Series. Timothy Lewis leads the way. Kyle Wellman runs in the second position here. Ryan Palmer runs in the third. Fourth is Paul Fly. Fifth is Trevor Catalano. We're still waiting to go. One to go here at Richmond. 81 laps in of 130 laps. Still a decent way to go. 50-some laps, so just under 50 laps now, I should say. A couple drivers up here looking for their first win. That's the 42 and the 10. That's not seen a win on the season. The 41 has one, the 94 has one, the 55, the 14. So a couple drivers have gotten themselves in victory lane that's up inside the top 5. Okay, we're lights out on the iRacing pace truck. We're going green flag here to Geico restart zone. Kyle Wellman battles with Ryan Palmer there for the second position. As here comes Trevor Catalano to the inside as well. Try to follow that 10 car past the 42 truck. 10 car pushes way up the track. That was unfortunate for the 10 car, as that may open up the door for the 42 to be able to take his position away, as the 10 is not going to give up on the inside. The 42 will prevail on the outside. We will clear for that position. Now the battle for third will heat up with Trevor Catalano and Ryan Palmer. Caution flag waves in the speedway again. Like Brandon Boyles may have been the culprit of that wreck again. Gets into the back of the 11 truck, and that done him in. That one was a stinger right there. Cars are in on the pits. Johnny Evans stays out on the speedway. Daniel Quigley and Patrick Day stay out on the speedway. Got some guys going to come down for pit stops here. Watch Ryan Palmer here. Here comes Trevor Catalano. Ryan Palmer is out. Will win the race off. Patrick Day is still out there on the speedway, so he did well. 41 of Timothy Lewis beats Kyle Wellman. So Johnny Evans will take over the race lead. Seen the front row on lap 1, and that was about it. Now he sees the front row on lap 88. Daniel Quigley in the 18 machine. He's up into second, his highest position he's been all day long. So Quigley fans out there, the 18 is in that second position. Patrick Day runs in the third position right now. His highest position he's been all day long as well. Brandon Surt runs in the fourth position. Grant Clark runs in the fifth position. So Canis Racing looking for a different strategy here. Staying out on the speedway. Ryan Palmer, your first car with fresh tires. Alright, so when we go back, restart here, we're going to have about 40 laps to go. Can some of these drivers that didn't come in for a pit stop here be able to hold on to it? We're going to have that 14 and that 18 of Quigley on his outside. Patrick Day, row 2. Number 11 of Brandon Surratt into that 4th position. Grant Clark and Ryan Palmer going back in there. The lights are out on the iRacing pace car. We're ready to let them loose once again. Quigley drops back into the 3rd position as Patrick Day able to get past him. Patrick Day running the 2nd position right now. Daniel Quigley was running 3rd, and hey, looky there. Everyone was excited for another caution. Caution flag waves out in the speedway, and here's what happened. Oh man, a hard lick to the outside wall of Paul Fly. Right up into the 88 Goodwrench truck. That was a hard lick right there. That was a hard lick for Richmond. Year of the cautions. Right about that one. Is caution after caution after caution. So it may have been a good, wise decision for some of these guys up front to stay out, as it's been full of caution, so you haven't had a whole lot of racing on these tires, so you'd think that you're going to be okay. Johnny Evans, Patrick Day, Daniel Quigley runs 1, 2, 3 right now. Biggest mover in this race right now is the 11 car, Brandon Surratt. He is up 15 spots from the start of this race. He's in that 6th position right now. Trevor Catalano runs in the 5th position right now, and we have yet to see him up front racing or leading any of this race. Ryan Palmer back here, he's been doing well. We talked to him earlier. He's got some fresh tires right now. Timothy Lewis right in behind him. Kyle Wellman on back in here. Grant Clark runs 5th. Let's dial in Patrick Day and see. Patrick Day, you got a copy?
Yeah, sure do, Ryan. How you doing?
Running in the second position right now. We had some cars that took tires back there, and we've seen a lot of cautions. You guys choose to stay out, your entire team. What do you got here at the end of this race?
I got older tires than those people behind us, but if they keep going in cautions like it has been the race, we might do all right here. I was mired back in 12th, 11th, somewhere around there, so this was a gamble that we were willing to make here. We'll see how it happens, how it comes out.
Good luck to you, and we'll be watching.
I appreciate it, Ryan.
It's Patrick Day in the 24 machine right there. We just spoke with him. See if we got a quick second here for Johnny Evans. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Evans, you finally got yourself back up here where you started the race. What's it going to take to win this thing?
Tires. That's what it's going to need to win this race, and I don't have them, though.
Well, we're rooting for you over here as we need some points. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. There's your front two. We just talked to them and how they're going. Johnny Evans says, I need tires, and, well, I don't have them right now. Will that pay off or not? As we're getting ready to find out. Geico restart zone. Green flag. Trevor Catalano looks to the outside of Daniel Quigley. That is a battle for third right now. The 55 and the 18 of Quigley. Quigley now under pressure by the 06 of Grant Clark. Grant Clark now looking for that move. Here comes Brandon Surratt looking to the inside of Grant Clark. That's a three-car battle there. 3 wide down the front stretch. How's that going to work when they play out to turn 1? They will separate themselves. Grant Clark goes clear to the top side of the raceway, and guess what? We have another caution out on the speedway. Bet you didn't guess that. But this time, I bet you didn't guess that it was the 41 of Timmy Lewis. Timmy Lewis spins around. The 55 was coming down the raceway. Not real sure why the 55 was coming down the raceway. And the 41 was not anticipating that, nor did anybody else. As the caution flag waves once again out here on the speedway. Some of our viewers are out there and join in on the fun and says every time you have a caution, you take a shot. Buddy, I definitely could not do that because, well, the broadcast would be really, really bad by the end of this thing. So we're not going to go there. And I hope that the drivers aren't listening in and doing the same thing. Or maybe they are, and that's the issues that we're having. Maybe that's the issues we are seeing. 14 of even, still your race leader. Patrick Day said, this is what I need. I need caution after caution here. Keep me up front late in this race. I've got something here maybe. 55 of Trevor Catalano runs into third position right now. He's looking pretty good there. Slowly but surely moving himself forward. Grant Clark in the 06 machine. He's in the fourth position. Ryan Palmer runs fifth. Brandon Surratt runs in the 6th position. 7th runs Kyle Wellman. 8th runs Sam Reed. 9th is Paul Negus. 10th is Zach Dykstra. Notice Quigley is not inside the top 10 anymore. That's because he decides that he's going to go get some fresh tires. He was falling off there a little bit, and maybe that was the right move for him. We'll see as we've got 29 laps to go. What's the over-under on the cautions today? Well, if you have to go back to Bristol Motor Speedway and see what there was there, I definitely would probably say it's somewhere around the 9 to 10 mark. And we're closing in on that. Chris Miller writes, or one of the Miller Time boys writes, It's 7, and we're over it. Yeah, we busted. Might as well be starting to 15, 14. Double that. iRacing pace car is putting the car to test today. Again, the last time we'll bring this up because we've got just under the 30 marks to go, 30 laps to go around here. This is your opportunity now to hit up that PayPal account and donate to us. We do this entirely free for these drivers. They do not pay an entry fee to get into this. We do this entirely free, and it is not free to put on a broadcast like this. So if you can, PayPal right there to the address, or you can use that QR code, scan it today, give us a donation. Anything helps. Thank you to Donna Day for the $25 last week, and also Paul Fly for the 25 as well. We're looking for the green flag here out of turn 4. $14 will take the lead out of 2, but look at there, Trevor Catalano looking to the race lead, and would you looky there? Would you looky there? Once again, we have a caution flag on the speedway. This one here will go to lucky winner number 94. Everything stacks up, and it was the 11 car one up, but he gets booted from behind, and the 11 goes around, the 94 goes around, we all go around, and we're at the caution again. So this is playing out to maybe some of these guys' favor right now. Patrick Day, Trevor Catalano, Johnny Evans. Almost got a lap in, they say. It's close. It's close. These guys up front are asking the pace car driver, can we go at a little faster pace speed now? As this will probably be our most caution flags in a race. Bristol was. Short track, of course. Kind of anticipated. We talked about Ryan Palmer. He has some fresh tires right now. He's sitting in a 4th position, so look out for Ryan Palmer. He has not won a race yet, and Kyle Wellman has not won a race. So let's go down the list of who has won the race inside the top 5. Evans has a win, so he's looking for a repeat. Trevor Catalano has a win. He's looking for a repeat. Patrick Day, winless. Ryan Palmer, winless. Grant Clark, winless. Kyle Wellman, winless. Sam Reed, winless. Paul Negus, winless. Back to Nick Galusha, finally another winner. And your points leader right now runs in the 9th position in this race. Some of our spotlight drivers of the day was Daniel Quigley. We talked about him a little bit earlier. He did go in for some tires. He was running pretty good. But you can see there he's fared okay this season. Currently 12th in the point standings. His drop weeks right now is currently Bristol and New Hampshire. 19th and 17th was his 2 worst finishes on the series. Currently, Quigley runs 21st right now, so if this is indeed where he finishes, this would be a drop race for him. Another guy was Harold Ralph. Currently 6th in the points, running pretty good. His drop races Homestead and New Hampshire. Those are the 2 drop weeks for him, and he runs 12th right now for Harold Ralph. Next spotlight driver was Zach Dykstra in the 18 machine. He had not been outside the top 10 for 5 weeks in a row. And currently, Zach Dykstra, we'll take a look at where he is scoring. He is in the 10th position right now. Still looking to keep that streak alive inside the top 10. So, guys with fresher tires are on the outside there. You got Ryan Palmer in row 2, and in row 3, the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Here we go. We're going to let him loose. See if we can get a lap in here. Hold your breath, folks. We are about to cross the stripe without a caution flag. Can we relieve? Oh my goodness, I said it too quickly. Caution flag waves out in the speedway. Not able to get that lap completed either. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Unreal. Unreal. Take a look at the caution flag. Check back here in the 92 machine. Man, just drives it in there hard. The 41 makes another mistake. That was Timothy Lewis, not a guy that you normally see make mistakes like that, but he's pressing. He's pressing in this as it's down late in this race, and he can feel the pressure. He's got to make some moves, and well, now he's back in the back. Once again, we are under caution again. They call this iRacing, but every once in a while you have to call it iPacing, as that's what we've been doing for the last 20 laps, 30 laps maybe, is doing some iPacing, where we pace around that iRacing pace car. These drivers are putting on a show for these fans out here tonight. That's for sure. Fans are asking, will we see a green-white checker finish? Well, yes, we do have that attempt. We have one attempt at a green-white checker in this race. Well, Ryan Palmer in that 3/4 of a lap, almost a full lap, was able to get around Patrick Day, move him up another spot now, and looking pretty good to maybe try to steal a first win away, as two drivers ahead of him have wins, knows how to get it done. Well, I tell you what, Chris Miller has had a great race. We'll bring Chris Miller in. And Chris, you've had a fantastic race running back there in the 23rd position. How's it been?
Well, thanks for dragging me up here. I mean, I very early on, I spun out, lost it, didn't get the yellow there, had to go in and repair the car, and then a little bit later I smacked the outside wall. I was slow. Obviously, with all these cautions, I wanted to jump in here and try to do a little bit of adminning, but me sitting in here hasn't changed anything, unfortunately.
Well, on that last restart, we were holding our breath thinking we might get a lap in, and just before we get across the stripe, another caution flag flies out in the speedway.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hate to go to single file in a NASCAR series. This has been a little bit ridiculous. The last caution I told guys, I said everybody's going to check up. So, I mean, everybody early on in the race was spinning by themselves. Now everybody's getting into the rear of somebody in front of them. Just not patient enough. I think I talked about it on the pre-race show a couple weeks ago where everybody in the back, once you wreck, you get the faster cars in the back that got new tires, and we're just not patient enough getting through the field.
Absolutely, as we're getting set for another green flag, and now probably the question from the fans will be, what is the over-under on when we'll see another caution?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's more than a lap or so.
We'll talk to you here in just a little bit. Green flag is waving out on the speedway again. Ryan Palmer to the inside of the 55, and Trevor Catalano tried to take the second position away from him. Catalano is not going to be an easy out, as he's a real-time race car driver, and they touch, and 55 gets nudged out of the way, and here comes the 3 wide for the 42. 42 in the middle, and moves Catalano out of the way as the 10 car, but that messed up some momentum for the 10, but he will try to clear the 55, and they lose it on the back stretch, and this is a big one. There is cars spinning everywhere. We did get a lap in. A lap and a half to be right. And we see another caution, and there's a lot of cars involved in this one. Big time mayhem on the back stretch. Big time mess on the back stretch. As you've seen it. Cars stacked up there. We'll try to figure out what all went down, which we kind of figured what was happening there. I mean, 42. There you see the 42, you see the 24. Here comes the run for the 42. The 10 gets loose, gets into the side. It just all stacks up from right there. Some good driver, good cars. The 22 of Nick Galusha, your points leader. That track was blocked there in the ender of turns number 3. So, we're going to have some cars on pit road here. And Evans is going to be your race leader right now, with Trevor Catalano running second. And Paul Negus now in the 3rd position. And Zach Dykstra running in the 4th position right now. Derek Roffling running in the 5th position. Jeff Herman running in the 6th position. Brandon Surratt in the 7th position. 8th runs Greg Pridge. 9th runs Steve Miller. 10th runs Brandon Voiles. There's some cars up here that we have never seen running up front, especially inside the top 10. So we may see some different finishers here. Some really good racing by some of these drivers, just keeping it cool, and knew that there was going to be something that would blow up. And we're going to have, 8 laps to go when we go green flag around here. Johnny Evans looking to try to take his 2nd win on the season. I'm kind of rooting for that because that was my pick, and I need some extra points. I need some extra points so I can close in on Patrick Day and Chris Miller on the Countdown to Green show. You get Trevor Catalano running 2nd and Paul Negus running in the 3rd position. Couple guys that's still in on repairs right now in the pit road. That's Grant Clark, Patrick Day still getting repairs, Paul Fly, and Daniel Quigley got some big problems with the motor. Big time problems with that motor, and he's probably not going to be back out on the track. He lost the whole front end of that car. Evans, Catalano, Negus, Dykstra, Roffling, Herman, Surratt, Bridge, Steve Miller, Brandon Voiles. Well, you know we've got the time to bring in Steve Miller here. Because Steve Miller, we don't talk about him very often, but here he is sitting inside the top 10. Steve, what's it going to take to put that truck in the top 10 today?
A lot of luck, Ryan. I don't know. It's been crazy back here in the back. Everybody's been just getting loose coming out of 2 and everything, so it's been a long race.
Well, good luck to you. We'll be watching.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the 09 or the 02 of Steve Miller. His moment of shine is going on. He's normally running towards the back of the pack, and here he is inside the top 10 as we're getting ready to go. Green flag as across the stripe. We'll see 8 to go. Trevor Catalano gets a good start with the 14. They are side-by-side drag race down into 1. 8 laps remaining around here. Trevor Catalano to the outside of the 14. 14 going to battle hard to the inside, and he'll try to stick it here out of turns 4, and he's able to do so. Johnny Evans to the race lead, and hey, can somebody else say it for me? Caution flag flies out on the speedway. Truck gets loose on the outside of turn 2, and that was the 24 of Patrick Day. Gets loose on exit. Here it is. And boom, right into what? Yeah, someone wants to know, do we have more laps under caution than green flag? Well, I tell you, early in on the race, it wasn't too bad. We've seen some decent little runs that went, but as of recently, from lap about 80 on, it's been pretty bad. So it would be interesting to note as the next countdown to green session, when we go out to our next track, will be a very interesting conversation to be had about some of the drivers and how they fared here at this track. Steve Miller runs in the 12th position still right now. Derek Roffling runs in the 5th position. We got time. Let's talk to a few drivers here. Derek Roffling inside the top 5 right now. Bringing you in here. What's going to take to stay in top 5, and do you have a truck that could win?
Oh, I think I've got a truck to win. I think if I get up on the outside here, get a good restart, I think I can go contend with them. I've tried to keep it safe all race, and I think it's finally working out.
All right, it might be go time for that 88 machine. We'll see you in victory lane.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
That's the 88 of Derek Roffling. You got Paul Negus. Paul, you're sitting yourself inside the top 5 right now, looking pretty good late in this run. What's it going to take to stay right here in the top 5, or maybe even win this thing?
I'm not sure. Just gonna take what I can get here. I've been pretty unlucky here the last 4 or 5 weeks, and whether getting run over, some of them are my mistakes, and really didn't finish where we should have been. We should have been in the top 10 in all those races the last 4 or 5 weeks, and just trying to be consistent here, I guess, close it out and be up here in the top 5, 6 where we should have been.
Well, good luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, the lights are out on the iRacing Pace truck. Time to go. Green flag to yellow flag in a heartbeat. Here we go. On the backstretch. That poor driver in that pace car. I feel so bad for him. He has had a rough day. He has definitely earned his money. Trevor Catalano is your race leader. Johnny Evans on the outside, looking for a restart here. That's good for Evans. Not able to get the restart like Trevor Catalano did last time. Catalano gets to the race lead. Zach Dykstra looked to peek under the 14 there momentarily. Evans right there in second. Negus runs in the fourth, and Derek Roffling said he may have a truck to contend. Jeff Herman running his best race of the season right now. He runs in the 6th position in that 87 Carhartt machine. Derek Roffling closes to the 52. Side-by-side race for the lead. Evans to the race lead. He will try to clear the 55. The 55 right to his back bumper with a crossover. The 55 loses it down to the infield with a caution flag wave. Other cars spinning. And that is how it's going to finish. They did get across the line. Evans will take the win. Trevor Catalano will come home in the 2nd position. Wow. Goes backwards for that 2nd position. Zach Dykstra comes home 3rd. Trevor Catalano backwards at the line. That was the white flag there. I was not realizing it. I was looking for another caution flag, I think is what it was. But the 14 gets it done. Evans gets the win on the series. Your second winner, or I should say repeat, our first repeat winner on the season for that 14. Trevor Catalano in the 2nd position, and Zach Dykstra comes home 3rd. We said that he hadn't been outside the top 5, top 10 in 5 weeks. So a little bit of teammates out there having a good old time, burning down tires, going a 1-2. Johnny Evans gets the win. Trevor Catalano comes across the line sideways. As we will be back here in just a few minutes with your interviews, post-race interviews coming up next.
What does it mean to be official? To earn the badge as a trusted source, a symbol of quality and pride. For 95 years, Craftsman Tools has been the backbone for those who build, for those who innovate, for those who pursue goals greater than themselves. To be the official tool of NASCAR is to represent the best of what's possible. For the teams, for the sport, for the future.
Put on the brake, wheels to the left. Go, 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 go! Go.
Oh no!
Be aggressive, everything.
Checkered flag is in the air, and he has done it!
And that future? Well, it's back to where we started. The NASCAR Truck Series. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series returns in 2023. We build pride. One turn, one lap, one race at a time.
Welcome back, race fans, and the white flag did not disappoint for these two, the 14 and the 55, put on a show at the end. It was Evans that was able to get the victory by 0.14 seconds back from Trevor Catalano. That turns it sideways down to the infield. They go side by side in 1 and 2. They put on a good show after we've seen a lot of cautions towards the end of that one. It was hard to watch, but in the end, it was a good one. A good finish across the line by these two. The 14 and the 55 showed that they still have what it takes to put on a good show for the rest of the fans. The 18 of Zach Dykstra got a good finish in this one. He finishes in that 3rd position. The 52 of Paul Negus comes home 4th, so good outing for him. And Derek Roffling finishes inside the top 5 in that 5th position. Jeff Herman with his best finish on the series. Jeff Herman finishes 6th there. Your biggest mover in the race finishes in the 7th position, and that was Brandon Surratt. He was in the 7th position. Here it is on the exit of 4 and what it looked like. There's the 14 that was able to make the clear, and the 55 just going to push it hard. Now looks to the inside and gets really loose there on the exit and just dumps it to the infield. And there's the checker flag. So Trevor Catalano had a good outing there, but it was Johnny Evans to get the victory today. We'll see who we can talk to in interviews. As I believe Zach Dykstra is not in for interviews. We'll just double check that and make sure, as we did not have communication on him earlier, and we still do not. So Trevor Catalano will be our first guy that we'll talk to, and then we will talk to the 14 of Johnny Evans. Trevor Catalano, do you got a copy? Trevor Catalano, do you got a copy?
I gotcha.
Hey, Trevor put on a show there at the end, spin it down the infield to get second. Had a good battle there with a 14, not able to hold him off there on that restart. Take us through that restart there. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, we pit early, 30 laps ago, and then I only took right sides to try and get a little bit of track position, and it worked out. But I think the right sides just tightened it up too much, and I was a little too tight, and I tried to hold them off. But going on the back stretch there, I knew I didn't really have a good chance there on the top, so I tried to cross them over and just got a little free, and it was all history.
Well, you've had a pretty good season. You've had a few races here and there that hasn't went your way, and it really has hurt your chances to win a championship here. But we see our first repeat driver of the series, and that's Johnny Evans here in the 14 machine. Does it surprise you at how many different winners we've seen through 7 weeks, and just now in round 8, we see our first repeat winner?
Yeah, it does. I feel like a lot of people have been super close to winning 2 races, and the races kind of get a little hectic here at the end, and you can never really expect, you don't really know what's going to happen.
Absolutely, and that was one of those things here. You just did not expect what was going to happen as we went from iRacing to iPacing to iRacing at the end, and it was a fun one. You guys put on a show there at the end. Congratulations again on the second place finish.
Thank you.
All right, next driver we're going to talk to is going to be that winner of the 14 of Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans gets in victory lane for the second time on the series in that 14 machine. Johnny, able to get it done. What was going through your mindset on that restart? You're starting second there by Trevor Catalano. What was your mindset there, and what was your plan?
Mindset was that I was going to lose the race. Then he got tight coming out of 2. I got a bad restart, and I'm like, yeah, this is history. I drove it down in there, got to his back bumper. I'm like, oh, he's got to make a mistake. And then he did. And I got to his inside. I'm like, come on, clear him before 3. I didn't. And he tried to cross me over. I knew it was coming, so I kind of checked up on exit so he couldn't get there to cross me over, get a good run out of 4 coming to the line. So,
well, I tell you, I was rooting for you all the way as you gave me a little insight that you would be here, and you got me 3 points. And yeah, I've closed the gap on Patrick Day and Chris Miller, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so going forward in the 14 machine, you've been strong when you've came and you've been here. You've been running up front. What's the chance to see you in victory lane once again?
I'll have to wait for my schedule. I should be open now that I'm off of school, so I can.
Well, I tell you what.
Hopefully get.
How about you just give me a little call and let me know when you're coming, and I'll keep that a secret between me and you, and we'll work together on this.
Sounds good.
All right, congratulations again on that victory in the 14 machine. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, that is the winner there of Johnny Evans. He gets his second win on the season. Everyone wants to know, where did some of these guys finish in this race? And so here's what she looks like as far as the finishing placement in this race. As there's going to be some movement. Maybe not so much as on top of the leaderboard, because we said that Galusha had a opportunity to drop a race, and so this is probably what he is looking at. I mean, he did finish 8th here, so I mean, it's not like a killer or anything. So let's make that known. It's not a killer for him. As you can see it right there, Nick Galusha finishes 8th, right behind Brandon Surratt there in the 7th position. You look at Chris Miller down there. We talked about him earlier. He had some issues, 70 laps down. Harold Ralph, unfortunate. Had a really good outing. Really thought he could do something here. 22nd. 21st was Daniel Quigley. Daniel Quigley finishes 21st. 20th, Paul Fly, again involved in a late accident there. Goes 1 lap down. Grant Clark, 19th. 18th, Patrick Day. 17th was Steve Miller after he was inside the top 10. Well, he dropped like a fly. And I'd say Chris would probably say, yeah, that was probably expected. But Steve Miller finishes higher than his brother, Chris Miller. 16th was John Ott. 15th was Stephen Polacek. 14th was Craig Bridge Jr. 13th was Sam Reed. 12th was Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt coming home in the 12th position. 11th was Ryan Palmer. Ran really good up front. Late race accident takes him out of contention. 10th was Timothy Lewis. 9th was Kyle Wellman. 8th was Nick Galusha. 7th, Brandon Surratt. And 6th, Jeff Herman. Another great outing for Jeff Herman. Herman getting into that 6th position. Hadn't seen him up there ever. I mean, that's his best finish of the season. 5th was Derek Roffling. Good outing for him inside the top 5. Paul Negus comes home 4th. 3rd was Zach Dykstra. 2nd was Trevor Catalano. And your winner tonight here at Richmond was Johnny Evans. Well, next week we are off to Atlanta, and that will be a fun one, as it will be a little bit of a drafting race, so anything can happen there. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to the Tarmac Esports Truck Series. We'll see you next. Well, no, we won't. We will not see you next week. Let's hold our horses. We are off for the holidays, so we will be back. Let's pull that up again. It will be on January the 10th. January the 10th, we will be back at Atlanta. From all of us at Tarmac Esports, have a great night and have a Merry Christmas.